But the latest news coming in right now. All right, viewers, the T20 squad has been announced. Much anticipation. In a month's time, Team India is going to be fighting their T20 battle. And the latest breaking news is that Dhoni to lead Team India as mentor in T20 World Cup. Virat Kohli will captain, lead Team India in T20 World Cup. I'm going to now take you through the order of the team which has been selected. Ashwin, Rahul Chahal included in the team. Virat Kohli captain, Rohit Sharma vice captain, KL Rahul, Surya Kumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant wicket keeper, Ishan Kishan wicket keeper. There are going to be, of course, a few which will be benched as well. 5 is what we are getting to understand. Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja, Rahul Chahal, Ravichandran Ashwin, Aksar Patel, Varun Chakravarti, Jasprit Bumrah, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Mohammad Shah. All right, I want to cut across right now immediately to my colleague, consulting editor Boria Mazumdar, and I have Rahul Rawat as well. Boria, let me come to you. Much anticipated, the team announced a short while ago. What do you make of it?
Very good team, very interesting inclusions. I've been telling Rahul all evening that the surprise package for me will be Ravichandran Ashwin, because from what I know, there were multiple deliberations between the board president, the captain and the vice captain yesterday. I know for a fact that the board officials, the secretary, the president, the coaching staff were constantly consulting the last couple of days. The two things that influence this call, the IPL will be played next week onwards, which means when the World Cup starts, Preeti, the pitches will be tired, which means spin will come into play on the size of the stadiums. The players feel, the captain, vice captain feel that Ravichandran Ashwin will be the surprise package that India wants, can bowl in the power play. The second major inclusion, obviously interesting talking point, is Dhoni as mentor. Obviously, as mentor, it's a different kind of role. But is this the sign of a bigger play for MS Dhoni in the Indian administrative circles after maybe November when Ravi moves on? Can that be another big talking point as well? So Yuzvendra Chahal dropped. Rahul was talking to me about it this evening as well. For me, 3 points. 1, Ravichandran Ashwin, by far the biggest talking point, his inclusion. 2, MS Dhoni as mentor to Virat and this team. Is this the sign of things to come in future? 3, the number of spinners, many more, clearly keeping in mind the conditions, lessened by one batsman, Shikhar Dhawan not there, Shreyas Iyer in the reserves. So that is talking point number 3. Overall, you asked me, fantastic team. Lots of spin, good fast bowling, excellent batting department, including X-factor players. Certainly a team that will go in as favourites.
Rahul, I want to get you in. There's a lot of conversation about the opening pair. Who would it be?
Well, KL Rahul, they've picked KL Rahul. Besides, Virat has himself in the past admitted that he's open to, opening with Rohit Sharma. Although KL Rahul is there, he's had fantastic seasons with the Punjab Kings as their captain also. But KL Rahul most likely should open. Number 3 would be your Virat Kohli. And then number 4, of course, they have Surya Kumar Yadav. Interestingly, they've gone with a left-hander in Ishan Kishan and not Shreyas Iyer in the 15. Ashwin also makes a comeback. That's a big news. Rahul Chahal, a leg spinner with not too much of experience in white ball format, has been picked ahead of Yuzvendra Chahal, who's already 31, who has the experience of playing in international ICC tournaments, but the selectors have gone in with the youth. So this is, as Boria said, it's an interesting selection. There are a few surprise call-ups, but you cannot debate. Everybody merits a place who's been picked in this 15-member squad. Besides the 3 standbys, we were expecting that possibly because since morning there were deliberations happening. Eventually, at around 8 o'clock, by 8 o'clock, the meeting got over that the selectors had with the team management in England, with Virat, of course, and Rohit Sharma was also consulted as far as this selection was concerned for the T20 World Cup. Overall, but as Boria said, Dhoni being picked as the mentor for the T20 World Cup is an interesting piece of development.
Right.
Besides the overall
What
selection.
would the role of the mentor be, Borja? Because, you've got the coach there, you've got the likes of Virat Kohli, who pretty much does control his team. What's the role of a mentor? In what capacity will Dhoni be there as a mentor?
Yeah, been there, done that. Won 3 ICC tournaments. The last time India won an ICC tournament was under MS Dhoni in 2013. 2007, he was captain. 2011, he was captain. 2013, he was captain. And you have to keep this in mind that Mahendra Singh Dhoni has enormous respect from Rohit and Virat. So he was clearly the man before Virat Kohli and was always looked upon with incredible respect, even in World Cup of 2019, by every player. So this Indian team, a lot of these boys, Hardik Pandya, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, all these boys have been groomed in a sense under MS. So I think, and as I said, for me, this is not a one-off. This is not a stopgap. Ravi will have to move on. 60, Lodha Commission report says more than 60, you cannot continue as coach. So is this a sign of the future? If it is, I welcome it big time because MS in the administrative setup in some form will be the best possible news for Indian cricket. But this is a good addition. We have seen Australia do it with Steve Waugh. We have seen other countries do it with their legends. For the first time, we've added an MS to deal with pressure. Who better than MS in pressure situations to keep the boys calm? So it's a fabulous support group. Ravi will obviously remain head coach and take calls, but MS as mentor is interesting. But I repeat, for me, the talking point is Ravi Ashwin making a white ball comeback. And if I understand right, and having spoken to people, he will be your first team. Because big grounds, tired pitches, he is your X factor, and this is an input that came from England. This is an input that went from here, from the top management of the board, including the president. And that was what was going on in the last couple of days. This time, they are leaving no stone unturned, Preeti. They want to win a cup. They've gone whole hog. They are all in to try and see if they can redeem themselves and win this ICC tournament.
All right, Rahul, I want to ask you, it's always good to play more, especially before a tournament, but can you play too much? The Indian team right now in England, after that they play the IPL and then they go back to the T20 World Cup. Fatigue?
Well, that's right. But you can also consider it as a fact that, they will have the experience of playing the IPL at the very same venue or the venues where the T20 World Cup is going to happen. So that's the kind of experience that India might actually want to have. Of course, they've played here. The last season, IPL was also played in UAE, in Dubai. So that's a factor that could be considered, But yes, the workload management that the team has been asking for, because see, Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, and your third fast bowler, all these three bowlers have been with this Indian team, have been playing for their franchisees non-stop. So their workload management that the team has been talking about has to be considered. We'll have to see how they fare at the IPL, but experience of playing the IPL in UAE might come in handy for these players during the World T20.
Well, that's how it goes. If they do really well, everyone will say great, they're in form, back-to-back tournaments, and if they don't do well, everyone says, see, fatigue. But appreciate both you gentlemen for joining us. Thank you, Borja, there. You got a glimpse of the rain-soaked roads of Kolkata. Thank you, Rahul. I'm sure in the next 1 month, we'll be getting lots and lots of news where the World Cup T20 is concerned.